Hey, welcome back, guys. How are we doing? Well, Faction Wars hard drop today. Wonderful news, isn't it? Wonderful news. Let's just kind of get into it here, shall we? I have recorded all my runs for Faction Wars, stages 1, 2, 3 for Shadowkin and Bannerlords. I do want to preface something. I do have the mythicals in those factions. Do not let that dissuade you. The Lady Mikage one for Shadowkin, you'll understand. Like, you fuse her, she's absolutely necessary, but there are other options to do the 3-star completion for these stages. And also, again, this is end game content. Okay, you have to get Lydia and then unlock Faction Wars hard, so you should be pretty far in your raid journey. Okay, do not let this dissuade you. But without further ado, let's look at Bannerlords Stage 1, Faction Wars Hard. We're just going to pull it up here. And let me do display capture. Wonderful. Okay, and as you can see, reduce 6 plus enemies HP by 50% with one skill. You can do this with just nukers. All right, so stage 1 on Bannerlords, pretty easy. Stag Knight, pretty essential, brings decreased defense out here, which decreased defense is going to be pretty beneficial. You can also get Quintus from Live Arena. Staltus was just a lucky pick, but there's other like but there's other nukers out there that you can use. Okay, so let's just get into it here. It's gonna kind of jump around. Yeah, let's put the correct person in the lead, which it's gonna be Baron, because he brings a 33% increase to attack to all battles instead of arena like Quintus. And here we are. We need 6 of them. And I think we just about one-shot this wave here. And boom. All right, there's 3 of them down. And honestly, we actually did 5 there, so we only need 1 more. And then, yeah, Baron just comes in with his big old nuke. Right, Sky Piercer, and then they're all dead. So that is stage 1. If you have Baron, congratulations. Mine's built shittily, and my Quintus isn't built very well either. They're just in throw together gear because I farm Faction Wars normal with them, right? Let's jump to the next one here. And here we go, stage 2. Place 10 plus provoke debuffs, okay? So there are a couple champions in here that actually place provoke. Smart way, by the way, to find your champions that actually have those debuffs. The filter is amazing. Thank God for the filter. So Black Knight can do it, but he has it only on A1, and it's a single target. I'm going to say Seneschal is going to be your best bet. Okay, it's 4-turn cooldown, but it's 100% chance. Or I'm sorry, yes, it is 100% chance to place provoke for 1 turn. Puts a counterattack on him for 2 turns. He is amazing for this. I think this epic Seneschal is going to get you there. But also, if you don't have Seneschal, Giscard the Sigiled, which there's history to Giscard and how he was broken back in the day. But he had like a 2-turn provoke and a 3-turn cooldown. And it was 100%, and you were able to like cycle it. But then they nerfed him before he came out because they found it on the test server. So big bummer. But aside from the raid history, Giscard can actually do this for you, and Giscard actually hits really fucking hard. So he can actually double as your nuker for stage 1, and then he can also be your provoker for stage 2. Arndolf only does it on a single target A1 provoke, and then it's the same for the rare. So I wouldn't put much stock in that. Let's just kind of show you how I did it. And yeah, you just have to be careful when you're doing this, because if you outspeed the turn meter on your champions and stuff, it's going to be kind of a bad day. Just make sure we have enough accuracy. Boom, got it. And then, yep, make sure to get rid of the Heffrat because he will hit you pretty hard. And then we just essentially sandbag until we come back to it with Seneschal. Okay, 3-turn cooldown. So that's what I'm trying to say is try not to have your champions when you're trying to complete this do too much damage, because then you will outspeed the cooldown of the skills that you need to place those, right? But you can also actually do that with a provoke set as well. Anybody with an AoE, like you could throw Stag Knight right here in a provoke set. And that would get you there. Same thing with Giscard. Okay, so we're not ready for the provoke yet. We got 1 more turn. I think Yeah, target the Kymar. Oh, I think we get kind of hazy here. Boop. Yep, because we killed a couple people. But that's okay, because we're going to sandbag it until we come back to that skill, and then we're going to use it on wave 3. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And then there we are. Give ourselves this. And then 5 more provokes. That's our 10 provokes. That's all we needed. And then the day is saved. Okay, let's get on to stage 3. Now, stage 3 is stun debuffs. There are a couple champions that can play stun debuffs in the Bannerlords faction. Okay, so as we go here, we are going to go to debuffs, go to stun. I'm telling you, this is amazing. Well, isn't that crazy? Stultus, who was a guaranteed champion back in the day, you might have him by now, plays a stun. Okay, 50% chance, 75% chance when booked. Okay, but then we have somebody you get from Doom Tower. Everybody should have this guy by this time. Archmage Helmet. Can place this if he crits. So what I was looking for in the waves, and we'll see it here, he has to crit. And then it's what, 15, 20, 25, 75% chance to place a stun. So it's good to bring 2 stun guys. Now there are a couple other champions here. Rowan can stun on her A2, but it's single target. And she hits 3 times. And then Knight Errant can stun, and I believe that is on his A3. Yeah, and I switch gear on Stultus just so he's a little faster. I didn't even look at the other ones, I guess. But yeah, Knight Errant can place a stun single target. But what I'm doing here with Archmage is I look for somebody with positive affinity, okay? Because he's at like 99% crit rate, so he's not guaranteed to land it, right? Plus, you have to be careful for bad affinity matchup here. I provoke in the first place because I was like, okay, let's just be safe, because I don't know how out of hand these things can get yet, because this is my first time doing this. I don't have access to the test server. Boom. And then there's 4 stuns right there, so that's pretty great. But what I ended up finding out is it got a little out of hand, and I ended up restarting the run because that started happening. So I was like, fuck that. I put Quintus back in because I'm like, okay, we just need to burn these guys down once we complete what we need to complete for the 3-star. So boom, boom. Let's place that stun. I took Seneschal out. I don't need him for this. Kill her. And then we just wrap it around. We got double stuns again. So as you can see, we got stuns from Archmage, right? And then we use Stultus' stun to get 4 more stuns. So we're at 8 stuns. And then we just pick up the other 2 that we need as we move along through the, yep, and there we go. It's complete. And then you just burn everybody down. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Yep, again, boom, stun. Like, this is crazy. Archmage stunning this much is pretty nutty. But yeah, so that's going to be it for the Bannerlords. Let's jump over to Shadowkin. Okay, and like I said in the beginning of the video, if you have Lady Mikage, you're golden. All right, you're going to be fine. Because for the first one, place 10 stun debuffs, okay? Lady Mikage's form 2 places stun. Now, you're looking at this and going, hey, oh, fuck yourself. You have 2 Yumikos, you have Toshiro, you have Lady Mikage, and you have the Faction Unity Champion. I have all the gas. I really do. That doesn't stop me from being right when I'm going to tell you, you don't need Lady Mikage. You don't need any of these guys. You just need to complete the conditions, okay? So, with Lady Mikage, right, let's look here, because I think I do look it up to see how many people actually have stun. Do I? No, I don't. There's quite a few that have stun, okay, and I just kind of want to point them out here. Gary, who is an amazing epic, has stun in his kit, and I think it's almost 100% chance. You can use that. So does Jirogen. These 2 guys can do it. There's going to become a time when you need to place freeze later on, and if you don't have ninja, you can also use Gory because he places freeze. If you want to look for people who place True Fear, right here, this guy, Yoshi, and then you have Gamaran, place True Fear, okay? So just a heads up there. But yeah, place 10 stun debuffs, pretty easy, pretty simple. Like, yeah, I have all the gas. I don't see myself really struggling too much with this faction because I have both the Mythics and the Faction Unity Champion. And I have, like, all the really good legendaries, too, because I have 2 Harimas. Like, I'm not trying to fucking jerk myself off here, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this guy absolutely fucking smacks. And they're gone. All right. And then we do a reset. I don't believe we don't have all the stuns we need. And my Lady Mikage is built in Relentless because I use her for Hydra and Chimera sometimes. And then there we are. And I saw how hard he hit, so I was trying to like not absolutely just demolish the waves. He also still stirred meter. But yeah, here we go. Dead. Reset. Because I think I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna murder this wave, and then the next wave we just get it all. Okay. If you're having trouble, just remember, Freya cleanses, and so does Cardiel. So you need to be careful there. And then yeah, and that's gonna be it for that. Go to, I don't know what that is. Let's go to stage 2. Okay. So we're looking at stage 2. We need to place provoke debuffs. Okay. There's a couple people in this faction that place provoke. One of them is Harima. She's pretty reliable. It is 100%. Just got to be careful with the affinity matchup. And then the other one is actually going to be Taragi the Frog. That one is not 100%. Okay. I think I do end up, yeah, here we go. Provoke. Right. Okay, sorry. Jirogen doesn't do a stun. He does do a provoke, actually. But the single target provoke. Okay, and so does Ginro. He only provokes when he counterattacks. So kind of a bumper. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna use Harima. Burangiri can provoke as well, but it's an A1. It's not as good. So here we go. I flip her over. Here's the thing about Faction Wars. You are gonna want to just control the waves. Because what I feel is going to happen is you're going to lose control of the waves, and it's going to be super sad time. Okay, so what do we got? We ended up getting 3 with a bad affinity, which is pretty crazy. I mean, look at that. Taragi, they're all force except for this guy. He's void. Taragi still landed 3, and then Harima came in and landed 2 more. So we're at 5 out of 10. I'm like, all right, we're just going to start picking these guys off. My Harima also isn't built very well. I really do need to update that. But looky here, again, I'm like, okay, now I can try to re-provoke and just get this condition done, hit this bitch on auto, and then we can be over, right? Place weaken, increase accuracy. Like, the first couple stages of this are really built to, like, benefit you for fusing Lady Mikage. Okay, here we go. And dead. For some reason, he died. Oh, the Hex. My bad. Okay. And then, yeah. We'll go to the next wave here. Only one you really need to watch out for here, I think, is going to be War Chief, right? He's going to be the one that's going to really F you in the A. This chick is a legendary. I don't really know what she does. I know these guys here, they all hit very hard. Zargala is faster than these two, so she places decreased defense. But again, boom, there you go. Taragi just provoked 4 more people, even bad affinity. So if you have Taragi, you're going to be fine. Just bring in a nuker and sandbag it, just like you do when you went through Faction Wars the first time with the easier conditions. Okay. And then wave 3, this guy, watch out. Curse City, he's a motherfucker, and so in here he is as well. But this also has a Krisk. He can provoke. He can defend his team. He'll give you decreased stack, decreased defense. He'll screw you up. Remember, you're going to need to get rid of the Ugo, because if she's the last one alive and her ability's off cooldown, the cleanse, she'll resurrect everybody and put block damage on them. So that might screw you up as well. So just a heads up there. And let's go to number 3. Now, number 3 is a little different. Place 10 HP burn debuffs. Okay, if you have Ninja, this is going to be pretty easy. And also if you have Yoshi, pretty easy. There's a couple other people that plays HP burn. One of them, who I thought was going to be a surefire, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to book her, but I don't. And it was Kyoku. She's not really at this point worth it. She will likely be worth it later, because there is a condition that you can't let your champions drop below a certain amount of health. And I think her and Bolster and Stone Skin is going to be the key to doing that. Michinaki places HP burn on his A1. He does ally attack with people. Yoshi, to my knowledge, there's no AoE HP burn with these guys right now. Yoshi does this at random. He also places decreased accuracy with it, HP burn. Ninja does it 3 times at random and activates it, HP burn. And Shinoru, I think it's her name, right? It's not Shinoru, is it? Oh, we just went over it. The epic does a single target, so it's not even worth it. And I don't even know if it counts if you do a debuff spread. That'd be something to look into. I wonder if debuff spread works. But again, this is what I do. It's all about controlling the waves, right? So we're just placing the debuffs on. I target. I'm like, here you go. Boom. So there's 2 out of 10. And then we freeze everybody. And then essentially for this wave again, focus the half rack, burn him down. You don't want anything crazy to happen. Okay. That's going to be it, guys. Let's go to wave 2. Yeah, you end up racking them up pretty quick, especially with this comp. Again, I think I just targeted the Kaimar because he can CC your team. So can Thea the Tomb Angel, but she doesn't hit very hard. And then, yeah, freezes and burns, man. Freezes and burns. So what we're seeing right now, essentially, is you need to have the CC champs. If you don't have CC champs, then you need to have the gear that does the crowd control, right? Stun set, provoke set, all that jazz. I think there will be one for freezes, and there are 2 sets that can give you that ability. You can have the Frost set, and you have the one from Doom Tower from the Frost Spider. I can't remember. Frostbite. You can do that one as well. Yeah, and just, there's going to be fears, and you might have to place true fears over regular fears. I don't know. I haven't looked at the data mine sheet yet. I do have access to it, but yeah, really this is just, crowd control the waves, make sure you hit all the conditions, and then be done. Simple as that. It's going to be it for this video. I don't want to waste your time. I know these go kind of long, but I will catch everybody in the next one. I will upload part 2 after the reset tonight. Ciao.